Moin Leiflu and welcome back to our lovely little channel. I am Radbot, this is Skill Legends Royale, and today we will do our first tutorial video, starting with you have to know your champion. There are exactly 53 champs in this season. We are in August 25, and each of them has a different passive and a different ultimate skill. And they also differ in starting health, attack damage, attack speed, base dodge, base crit, and energy regeneration. So you have quite a lot of options to choose from, and we will see that it's fundamentally important to know what your champ does. For example, have you a dodge character like the Hidden Blade, which passive increases his dodge and his ultimate works with dodge? Or do you have the Venom Sorcerer, like his name or her name says, it's all about the poison skill tree? Do you have the Tiger Shooter? She's, as you can see here on those little labels here, focused on ultimate and base attack. Because she's a shooter, she like an machine gun in this game and shoots very fast. Or are you more like the crit guy, like the Dwarven Sniper, who's all about dealing crit damage and with his auto attacks, with his ultimate, with everything he can? Or are you this little greedy fella who has no designated branch because he's all about the money? And now let's see how this works in a game. And here we are now back in action. We have to choose our champion, and we take, for example, the Royal Knight, because I like him. He's sitting on a turtle. It's nice. So, who are we? We are the Royal Turtle Knight. Like I call him. He's a Royal Knight, of course. He's all about the shield. The natural shield decay is reduced by 15%, and his ultimate gives him even more shield. So, our priorities are shield. This little skill branch here. Now we have to think about some other things in the first place now, like economy, which are first presented skills, etc. But this will come in a later tutorial. We will keep eye on our champion here, and let's see how the first fight will go. Because you also have to know, are you an early game character? Are you a late game? Are you a mid game character? What are your strengths and weaknesses? We will be very, very tanky in the late game, but in the early game we kinda, well, we are not that good, let's say it like that. Why is that so? Because everything we can do is tank up and deal attack damage. The good thing is our enemy in this case had the same problem. His ultimate stuns us, and his only possibility to deal damage to us is with auto attacks. So we are pretty good against the auto attack guy because our shield makes us very tanky. We don't have any field skills, so let's think about what I said. In the early game we can only do auto attack, so we should, in my opinion, pick an auto attack skill. Let's see how this fight went, and then we will skip some turns and see us later. He is a very strong early game character with a focus on wound, which especially is bad for us because wound counters shield. You see the last hits here are dealing enormous damage. That's because we had so much wound on us. And as I said, wound counters shield. Now we go through the skill branches here, pick whatever we like. I won't go onto this in detail, but keep an eye out for shield skills. We see us later in the game. As you can see now, we are in round 7. That's a bit of the mid game, I would say, in my opinion. And the next part you have to think about is what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses at the moment, so you can focus on that. We have a bit of a field play here. We got, by the way, a shield skill. I'm not sure which one. but we lack in we lack in survivability against the wound characters, I would call it. And how can we fix that? We need those anti-skills. We will see in a later tutorial video how to read the enemies. And still now you have to know we have some of those nasty poison characters. We went for a bit of jack of all trades with poison, with dodge, with attack. That's actually something you should probably never do, but as you have seen here, we don't get the field skills we need. That's, by the way, the reason why I take the Grimoire journal to have another instance that can us give some shield skills. And here again is one of those pesky wound characters that totally obliterates our game plan. I won't lie, it's not looking good, but let's see how the late game will come in place. Well, we lost another 1 or 2 fights. We have a big problem, and the problem is that everybody and their grandmas went for wound. And as I already mentioned, and not sorry about to mention it even more, is wound is our exact counter. That's why I got the replica scales. So if we found wound immunity, we can click that button and get another instance of wound immunity. We need to max this ASAP. We also picked up Shield Smash, which is our main damage skill for this character. But we don't have the chances to do our damage because we died too fast to those poison guys, to those wound guys. We are just dying too fast to probably everybody. We could go a bit more the dodgy route. Maybe we do that. What do we have to lose? We need 1 or 2 more good skills. I went there for the last attempt to go for the base attack branch, which we started with because we didn't get that many shield skills. And probably this is what breaks us the game today. But let's see how we fare against the Venom Sorceress here. As you see, our anti-poison is doing the Lord's work here. We reduce the 21% damage of the poison we take. That's pretty good. We could also go for attack miss against that little fella here. We go even more for the dodge. And here we take the shield attack and maybe max it next turn. Let's see how this fight is going. Maybe this is already the end. One of us will die here, that's for sure. And it's him. Very nice. Let's see how far we can take this one. Just to notice it, we got the mythic skill. We killed that character last turn who had probably all the mythics, but it didn't help him. And now we are not as tanky as I would like to be, but we are pretty tanky. Let's see how we fare against Mr. Green here. He is also a bit of a counter because he is focused on dodge, but his dodge skill isn't good enough versus us, so we could beat him too. And I would say we are faring very good on one hand. On the other hand, we still have to fight. Those skills aren't that good either. I take that dodge for the level up, which we also will discuss in a later tutorial video. Let's see how our probably last fight is going now, because those guys are beating the hell out of us. He, I would say, is the best one in this lobby, and as you can see, we are not prepared enough to beat him. That character is so strong. I think not even our ultimate helps us here, and we go down as the first loser. Or probably the last loser, number 5. Well, I hope you liked the tutorial for Know Your Character. There will be many more to come. And if you liked it, please leave a like, leave a subscription. Just to mention, this is part of the Skill Legends Royale YouTuber Creator Program. I try to reach 100 views with this, so they start recognizing me. And it would be very nice of you if you could help me with that. Thank you and goodbye.